The last time I came here, I said Arsenal were very close, and I said it very close to agreeing a deal between them and Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid. And you guys told me, Kosi, do you even watch Sky Sport? Yeah, I do. I do watch Sky Sport. Welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast, guys. My name is Kosi, and this is your early transfer update this early morning. I'm going to be talking about Martin Odegaard, Marcos Paulo, Christian Eriksen, Emi Buendia, and a couple of other little stories that have come out. Of course, do not forget the reason as to why I'm using that badge today is that tomorrow we have Arsenal up against Southampton in the FA Cup, and make no mistake, I'll be dropping the predicted lineup and match preview today at exactly 7 p.m. East African Time, so make sure you are in for that video. But we are here for transfers, and like I said, the last time I talked about Martin Odegaard, he was very close, and that was according to the Spanish publication. The Sport had said the deal was very close. He was not going to Real Sociedad, like many of you had said. Of course, Sky Sport had said that Real Sociedad were ahead of us. They had bigger chances. The player would want to go to Real Sociedad. However, Real Madrid is more interested in sending the player to Arsenal. And guess what? We have a very big update about that. Smash the like button. Get the likes through the roofs. Get in your subscriptions as well. Let us get to as many subscribers as we can on this video. And of course, do me a big favor and tell me what you think about Martin Odegaard to Arsenal, as well as other stories, Christian Eriksen and Marcos Paulo. Let me start with Marcos Paulo, actually. Arsenal have been linked with this Fluminense playmaker. Is another young wonder kid, another starlet that is just coming up, 19 years of age, but he's a good player. I've seen him. Look, I cannot really come here and say, you know, blah blah blah, he's going to help Arsenal, he's going to make us a very big, you know, team, title contenders or something like that. And I cannot even compare him to Emile Smith-Rowe, because Emile Smith-Rowe, I think, has try to perform at a top level, because, you know, performing at a club like Arsenal, that's a really a big level. Because if you still remember yesterday, I told you why I fancy Smith-Rowe more than you know, Martin Odegaard. Is Odegaard has played football at Real Sociedad, 9 assists and 7 goals. But the difference he has with Emile Smith-Rowe, Smith-Rowe is playing in the Premier League at Arsenal. That's a very big difference, a vast difference, and everybody can see that. And if you know football, you see that the two players are on different levels. However much Martin Odegaard is very talented, but his talent is just promising. Yeah, he has not really shown us anything of his talent on a big club like Emile Smith-Rowe had done. So Marcos Paulo is like that. He's down there in Brazil, at Fluminense. But make no mistake, Brazilian clubs really bring in good players. I mean, we have Gabriel Martinelli from Brazil. You have Neymar from Brazil. You have a couple of other players, Pato, Felipe Coutinho, and a couple of other Brazilian players. So I really love Brazilian talent. I really love fancy Brazilian talent, especially when they are still young. Forget about Willian, but if when they are still young, they can do you a world of good. But Arsenal is looking at that guy, Marcos Paulo. If anything develops in the area, I'll let you know. That is just an update. I'm not going to react to it because, like I said, I don't know much about the player, but he is really talented. I've seen him. I've seen some of his clips, and he's a good player. Like, I mean, he's a young kid that can really excite the under-23s. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Martin Odegaard for a minute, because the Mirror, if you want to read this story, look for the Mirror or Football.London. I really prefer Football.London, but the Mirror broke this story from the Sport, and they said a plane carrying Martin Odegaard is going to be landing in England very soon. So everything has almost been agreed. The only thing that is hindering this deal is one thing. Arsenal want to put a buy option in the contract of in the loan contract of Martin Odegaard, that we take him until the end of the season, but but we can buy him when we want. Now, Real Madrid are saying against that. They're saying no. You're taking him. You're taking him until the end of the season, but you cannot buy him. If you wanna buy him, then you'll come back here and negotiate another deal. Now that is what is hindering the deal, and that is what is blocking things. And I think putting a buy option in his contract would be such a smart move for Arsenal, because if you do not put a buy clause, then if you don't put a buy option, then what you're basically doing, you're developing a player. You're developing a player for Real Madrid, and trust me, you don't want to do that. You don't want to, develop players for Real Madrid. You don't want to develop players for Barcelona. You don't want to develop players for other clubs. I mean, it makes you it trivializes Arsenal's goals. So it's very good business. It's very good business. If we cannot buy a playmaker, if we cannot buy Martin Odegaard right now, because I think Madrid will value him at around 30 to 40 million, which I'm not really sure whether it's worth it. But like I said, when he went to when he went to Real Sociedad, and thanks for everybody who corrected me yesterday when I had said Real Betis, it was Real Sociedad. I'm not really into those small teams in Spain, but when he went there, he was a very good player. He performed. Like I said, he had 9 assists, he had 7 goals. Now, that is not a top performance like many people think. He is 23. That is the age where you're playing football. Yeah. If it is Marcus Rashford and he's doing that, we will say he's average, because we expect numbers. So those are not big numbers, because I think he scored 3 goals. 3 goals in cups, and then he scored around 7 goals around 6 goals in the league. That was very good, but that was still that is still average for a 22-year-old. You've got to present. We have seen so many young talents, 22 years of age, performing better than that. Yeah, we've seen so many young talents performing better than that. Bukayo Saka is a teenager. He has almost the same the same statistics last year. So Odegard coming to Arsenal, should we be excited? Well, I would say, because we are Arsenal fans and we love to to see players coming and Arsenal every time in and time again, I should say be excited. But for me, I'm not getting excited. Over what? Why should I be excited? Because Arsenal is signing Martin Odegaard. He's not going to be a first team player. He's not going to, okay, he might be a first team player, because his talent and that of Emile Smith-Rowe is are almost at the same level. You could say that both players are almost at the same level, but I can't be excited. I would have been excited if it was Emiliano Buendia. I would have been very excited. My smiles would have been through the heavens. But because it's Martin Odegaard, I'm not really sure. Maybe if he comes to Arsenal and proves me wrong, gets on that pitch, starts making me excited, makes those assists, play, the runs and plays on Aubameyang, plays on, Alexander Lacazette, conquers that midfield. Well, I'm going. Then I'll say I'm excited. But until then, let us wait. But the Marca, the Mirror, Football to London, and a couple of other blogs have really said that the player is going to be flying to London very, very soon. Very, very soon we shall be seeing him in London, and of course we expect him to do his medical after Real Madrid and Arsenal do agree. So tell me, do you want him on a permanent deal in the summer, or you would rather have him and then let him go in the summer and go and get someone like Emi Buendia? Which takes me to the next story about Emiliano Buendia. Now, reports have come in again that Arsenal and their representatives are going to be meeting the representatives of Emi Buendia to see that they can actually talk about things. Either a deal can be done, this January transfer window, which, like I said, would be a little bit difficult, expensive, and a little bit, I think, unrealistic. I don't think Arsenal are in that position to really sign Emiliano Buendia. 40 million, 45 million. Maybe if we are saying that we are going to go for a one permanent deal, we're saying that Arsenal is going to go for one permanent deal, and then a loan deal. That would make some sense, by the way. It would really make some sense, because we are already in phase 2, like Mikel Arteta says. We are already in phase 2 now. We are looking at signing in players. Phase 1 is over, driving out that. But of course, Fabrizio Romano says players like Shkodran Mustafi also have a gap to leave the club, but that is a little bit smaller than you could expect. But I think Arsenal has really done fantastic business in this January transfer window so far. Make no mistake. I think the last days will determine how we are going to rate Arsenal's window. If they can bring in a creative player, and that creative player performs to expectations, then I think this is one of the transfer windows I'll be blindly going for an 8 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10, because I think we have done brilliantly. Let Mesut Ozil go, 350k a week. It's off, because look, we had Willian, we had Aubameyang, and we had Ozil almost getting the same wages but not delivering. Aubameyang is not delivering anymore. Willian is not delivering at all, and Mesut Ozil is just out of the squad. So and then of course letting Socrates go, loaning out Sid Kolasinac. Of course, there are high chances that, you know, Sid Kolasinac will move on a permanent deal out there. So I think it has been really fantastic business, and I wait to see whether we can sign Emi Buendia. But most sources say it's going to be in the summer. Now, instead of going for House Semowa in the summer, we might actually go for Emiliano Buendia, but that will come in later when we do get the confirmation from more of the reliable sources. Now, as I conclude, Eriksen is back. Christian Eriksen is back, and Inter Milan are saying they're looking at a loan, a swap deal between Arsenal's Lucas Torreira and their own Christian Eriksen. Now, we understand, and Fabrizio Romano said this, that if Eriksen doesn't leave Inter Milan, they can't buy players. They can't bring in. And they are in a position where they would want to add to their squad to compete more in the Italian Serie A. Now, they're saying they want to give us Christian Eriksen and we give them Lucas Torreira. You know, I don't know. Guys, what do you think about that? Is it a no-brainer? Is it a bargain? What is it? Because, you know, if I look at it in, you know, under normal circumstances, it's a bad deal. We can't swap a 24-year-old for a 30-year-old. It's a bad deal. It's really a bad deal. But again, you look at the future of Lucas Torreira at Arsenal, and you don't see that he's going to really revive his career at Arsenal. He literally doesn't have a future at Arsenal. So would you let him go? Is this the time to pull the plug? Let's go of Lucas Torreira and bring in Christian Eriksen. Could even Christian Eriksen be that kind of player that Arsenal need right now? You know, does he balance the books? So many questions, but I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you. Go down in the comments and tell me, what do you think about Christian Eriksen joining Arsenal and swapping him with Lucas Torreira? Because for me, I don't see it as something that could make any sense. No. But smash the like button, get your comments in, and I'll speak to you very soon. I promise I'll do the predicted lineup. I promise I'll do Martin Odegaard's shot numbers available for Martin Odegaard. What could be the shot number and what he could put on. How Arsenal will line up with Martin Odegaard. All those videos are gonna be coming up. Of course, it's not going to be a tactical preview like you people watch on other channels. I don't do tactical previews. I don't go for statistics. I really love putting the fun bit of it. How would line up with Martin Odegaard, how he plays, who could actually drop. Well, by the way, let me just tell you, I think if we sign Martin Odegaard, there's going to be someone who drops, and there's going to be someone who drops, because Odegard is more of a number 10. We've seen him play before in 2015 before he joined Real Madrid. He's more of that kind of number 10. That player that wants to play behind the strikers. And he has the talent to do so. Just think about Julian Draxler, Schalke 04. I think that's the kind of player that we are talking about. But Who's gonna drop? Emily Smith Rowe. There's going to be a lot of disappointment if Emily Smith Rowe is dropped, for Balogun. I'm sorry, for Odegard. A lot of frustration, a lot of disappointment. Emily Smith Rowe has given all he can for this football club, and his efforts have paid off. There's no way you're gonna drop him out of the squad because you've signed another wonder kid, because he is himself a wonder kid. Oh my God. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Those debates will be crushed in the next videos. Have a nice time.